The last chapter of Abdulatif Aliyu Mayaki, affectionately known as Mufti Yaks, 2004 to 2024.
It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has created death and life in order to test you what? In order to test you who from among you has better deeds. Allah doesn't say who from among you has more deeds, but He says better deeds. Better deeds.
The air hung heavy with humidity, the scent of dust and distant rain clinging to Niger State. It was here, amidst the vibrant chaos of a life lived loud, that Mufti Yaks began his journey.
I'm with a brother of mine here. I'd have to quickly end because he wants to, feel, how do they say it? When the car is, the fuel of your car is low, you have to fill up the tank. And the same way applies to the stomach. Sometimes it gets low, you have to fill it up. So not just him alone, but we all have to quickly go so we can have something to eat. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us and this smile. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Remember, smiling is also a form of charity. So the second smile. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Born in 2004 to a humble family, a young boy, eyes bright with intelligence, and a smile that could disarm the harshest critic, Mufti carried himself with a quiet grace, a wisdom that belied his young age. Even as a child, there was a depth to him, a yearning for knowledge that set him apart. He devoured books on faith, his thirst for understanding insatiable. The Quran, its verses flowing from his tongue with an effortless grace, became his compass, guiding him through the complexities of life. Yaks wasn't just memorizing words, he was internalizing their essence, their power to heal and unite. He understood the weight of the knowledge he carried, the responsibility it placed upon his young shoulders. It would have been easy to retreat into the comfort of ancient texts, to shy away from the conflicts brewing around him. But Mufti Yaks was not built that way. He saw the struggles of his people, the poverty and the violence that threatened to consume their hope. And he knew he couldn't stay silent. His voice, clear and strong, began to rise above the murmur of daily life. He spoke of peace, of unity, of the power of forgiveness. His words, infused with the wisdom of the Quran and the compassion of his own gentle heart, resonated deeply within the hearts of his community. Young men, drawn to his charisma and his unwavering belief in a brighter future, flocked to his side. They saw in him a reflection of their own hopes and dreams, a leader who understood their struggles and offered them a path forward. Mufti Yaks became a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. He organized football matches, the laughter of children echoing through the streets, a testament to his ability to bring joy, even in the face of adversity. He established libraries, their shelves overflowing with books that promised not just knowledge, but escape, a chance to dream beyond the confines of their circumstances. And slowly, gradually, he began to chip away at the despair that had taken root in their hearts, replacing it with a flicker of hope, a belief that change was possible.
Today's dua, my brothers, my sisters, we learn from the Prophet ﷺ that if you say this dua and ask Allah for anything, whatever you were to ask or ask Allah shall be granted to you. What dua is it? Listen carefully. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minal zalimin. There is none worthy of worship, or there is no deity besides you, O Allah. Glorified you are, or exalted you are. Indeed, I have been from among the wrongdoers.
The more Mufti Yaks learned, the heavier the burden of knowledge felt upon his young shoulders. He witnessed firsthand the poverty that gripped his community, the lack of opportunities that stifled the dreams of its youth. He saw the despair in the eyes of fathers unable to provide for their families, the hopelessness that drove some to extremism. It would have been easy to succumb to anger, to rail against the injustices that plagued his people. But Mufti Yaks understood that anger, while a powerful motivator, could also be a destructive force. Instead, he channeled his frustration into action. He knew that education was the key, the only weapon powerful enough to break the cycle of poverty and despair. With tireless dedication, he rallied his community, organizing fundraising drives to build schools and libraries. He understood that true knowledge wasn't confined to the pages of religious texts. It encompassed science, mathematics, literature, all the tools necessary to empower a generation. His efforts didn't go unnoticed. Word of the young scholar from Niger State, the peace advocate who was transforming his community, began to spread. People were drawn to his message of hope, his unwavering belief in the power of education to bring about lasting change. Donations poured in, not just from within Nigeria, but from across the globe, a testament to the universal appeal of his message. Mufti Yaks, once a boy with a thirst for knowledge, had become a symbol of hope, a testament to the transformative power of one person's unwavering belief in the potential of his people. Yet, even as he celebrated each victory, the opening of a new school, the laughter of children eager to learn, Mufti Yaks never lost sight of the challenges that lay ahead. He knew that the path to peace was long and arduous, fraught with obstacles and setbacks. There were those who opposed his message of tolerance and understanding, who clung to the darkness of extremism. But Mufti Yaks refused to be cowed, his spirit unbroken. He understood that the greatest threat to peace wasn't violence, but indifference. Mufti Yaks faced many challenges but never gave up. He became a respected Islamic scholar and motivational speaker. His words healed and uplifted many people, offering hope and guidance to those who were lost and struggling. The young peacemaker passed away on June 1, 2024, at the young age of 20 after a brief illness in the National Hospital in Abuja, and was laid to rest according to Islamic rites. Friends, family, and followers gathered, their hearts heavy with grief, to say their final goodbyes. We remembered his words, his smile, his humility, his peaceful upbringing, and his loving spirit. May the soul of Mufti Yaks rest in peace. Please subscribe and like the video.
So, I have another question for you. You don't mind? Where did you get your nickname from? Mufti Yaks.
Yes.
How did it come about? I thought your name was Yaqub.
No. Secondary school, my name usually is Abdulatif Muhammad Miyaki.
Oh, Miyaki.
Yeah, from there they started.
To me, Yaks could have meant two things. Yaks could mean short for Yaqub, and Yaks could mean talking too much. You know, this guy yaks a lot. So, but I thought to myself, let me ask him, you know. MashaAllah, it's good to see you motivated and focused somewhere. So you flew in this morning or you drove in?
Drove in.
Oh, MashaAllah. Do you drive or someone drove you?
Someone drove me.
MashaAllah. How is your relation with your family? Good?
Good.
May Allah bless you and your family, your loved ones. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, Tabarakallah. If the children of today are focused on something not harmful, I would say you are succeeding. But if you are focused on something beneficial, I would say that you are succeeding overwhelmingly by the will of Allah. So keep that focus, use your free time to do good things, but don't allow your occupation to stop your own growth. One day you will go to study somewhere, you might want to pursue your studies here or elsewhere. Don't let your focus on this motivation and reaching out to people obscure your path or hinder where you would like to get to your own personal growth in terms of knowledge and ibadah. So I sometimes disappear for a while from social media, if you notice. And the reason is, I also have family, I have children, I have responsibilities, I have my own growth, my own knowledge, my own ibadah that we need to make sure that we are not blocking, stopping. So that's a very good piece of encouragement to you, inshallah.